Hello everyone, this is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is game number 106 of the 2007 Cleveland Indians Strat Mostly Advanced Replay. The Indians start a three-game series at home, the final part of a homestand against the Texas Rangers. The Indians come into the game with a 46-59 record, and that is only one game better than the Texas Rangers, who are at 45-60. Today's pitching matchup is Brandon McCarthy for the Rangers and Fausto Carmona for the Indians. Carmona making his 20th start of the season. He is 7-7, and in 118 innings has given up 51 earned runs, walked 33, struck out 79 with a 3.89 ERA. If you notice, there might be some new and or maybe possibly better lighting. It's because I got an LED lamp from work, thanks to rewards points. I'll explain it if you really want me to, but maybe this will look a little bit better than my old school lamp that used the bulb. All right, and leading off and playing left field, Frank Catalano. And a 6-7 against a lefty, 1-3 single chance. Not gonna work. That'll be gobbled up by Ryan Garco. And that'll retire Catalano. I'll go through the lineups, real quick. Catalano led off playing left field. Now batting Ian Kinsler, the second baseman. Batting third is Michael Young, the shortstop. Cleaning up the designated hitter, Sammy Sosa. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Marlon Byrd. Batting sixth, Nelson Cruz, one of the few players in 2007 that's still playing in 2023. He's with the San Diego Padres. Batting seventh and playing first base, Brad Wilkerson. Batting eighth and catching is Gerald Laird. Batting ninth and playing third base is Ramon Vasquez. For the Indians, leading off and playing center field, Grady Sizemore. Batting second and playing left field, Kenny Lofton. Batting third and playing catcher, Victor Martinez. Batting fourth, the designated hitter, Travis Hafner. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Ryan Garco. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Johnny Peralta. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Trot Nixon. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Casey Blake. And batting ninth, the second baseman, Josh Barfield. Here's Ian Kinsler, one out. And that's a 4-7 against a righty. Ground ball to short. Peralta fires to first, two down. And that'll bring up Michael Young. And a 5-7, second base X, and that won't get the job done from Barfield. That will get through. And the Rangers have a two-out base runner. They will be holding Young on to make him a 1-10 chance to steal, and they won't with Sammy Sosa batting. And here's the pitch to Sosa. 3-6, my bad. That's a swing and a miss, strike three. So first strikeout for Carmona, and the Rangers are retired here in the first. And we go to the bottom half. Rangers nothing, and the Indians coming to bat. Now, the Indians are unfortunately on at least 6-game losing streak. Give me a second. My apologies. They're on a 7-game losing streak as of this game. They will try to reverse this as Grady Sizemore leads off. Sizemore on the season is batting .274 with 10 homers and 44 RBIs. That's a drastic decrease on what he did in the real season. And a 3-10. And he's like, disappoint this. Fly ball, deep right field. Going back is Nelson Cruz. Out of here. 3-10 against the righty, 1-14. That's a 2. So Grady Sizemore leads off the game with his 11th home run and 45th RBI, and the Indians are out quickly, 1-0. And that'll bring up Kenny Lofton, who I can only give you his Indian stats because that's all I have played. 5 hits and 9 at-bats so far as a member of the Indians for the third tour of duty. And here's the pitch to Lofton. And a 1-2, and he draws a walk. And they will hold Kenny on. And he won't go anywhere with the meat of the order coming up. And here's Victor Martinez. And a 4-7 either side. That's ball 4. And back-to-back walks puts runners on first and second. And Victor came into that is Victor Martinez's only his 18th walk received, and with his 296 average. There's Travis Hafner. Hafner coming into the game, batting .235 with 18 homers and 63 RBIs. And a 4-11 against a lefty. Ground ball to second. That is Kinsler over to Young, over to Wilkerson. Double play. Going to third is Lofton. But that might short circuit a rally here. And here's Ryan Garco. Garco on the season. .252 average, 11 homers, 41 RBIs. Three, 4. And that's a ground ball to first. Easy play for the first baseman, Wilkerson. And that will retire the side. The Indians get one. Could have been a lot more. But they go to the second, leading 1-0. And do it for the Rangers, Bird, Cruz, and Wilkerson. Now, Mark Teixeira was a part of this team, but this game actually took place on July 31st. He was traded to the Atlanta Braves on this day. They actually got Elvis Andrews back, who would be a big contributor to their World Series runs in 2010 and 2011. All right, here is Marlon Byrd. 6-7. And he's down on strikes. Second strikeout for Carmona. Here's Nelson Cruz. And a 4-11 against a righty. And Cruz hits one deep to left field. Going back is Lofton, and that's out of here. And just like that, the game is tied at 1. Here's Brad Wilkerson. 3-10. Oh, and that's not a column you want to live with for Fausto Carmona. That's a fly ball to left, or fly ball to right. 2 down, as that's a home run chance, a 95% home run chance there, potentially. Here's Gerald Laird. 1-7's a ground ball to short, and Johnny Peralta fires to first. And that'll retire the side. But the Rangers do tie the game at 1 going to the bottom of the second. And do it for the Indians, Peralta, Nixon, and Blake. And Peralta on the season, .244 average, 16 homers, 49 RBIs. And a 5-10's a fly ball to center. And Marlon Byrd tracks it down, 1 down. And here's Trot Nixon. 4-6, and he draws a walk. So Nixon coming into the game batting .291, draws his 36th walk of the season. They will not hold him on, and that'll bring up Casey Blake. Casey on the season, batting .264 with 11 homers and 48 RBIs. Six, 8, and that's past the first baseman Wilkerson down the right field line. Mixon runs at a 10, not being held on, makes an 11. The right fielder Cruz is a -3 arm. They'll put the stop sign up. Second and third with one out. That is Casey Blake's 22nd double of the season. And that'll bring up Josh Barfield. Barfield on the season, batting .270 with 2 homers and 25 RBIs. Not expecting a bunt, and he won't squeeze here. And here's the pitch to Barfield. 5-12. First base X. 11 will not be in range for Wilkerson. He is an E9. So he needs a 6-9 or an 11 to make the play. And that's a 4, and he boots it. So Wilkerson bobbles and can't make the play. No RBI for Barfield, but the Indians do take the lead. 2-1, and here's Grady Sizemore. His first inning home run gave the Indians a 1-0 lead. So first and third now. 3-6. And that's a fly ball to right field. The right fielder Cruz will track it down, but that's deep enough to score Blake from third. It's a 1-12 double chance, but that's an 18, but it still brings in a run. And Sizemore now adds a second RBI of the game. Gives him RBI number 46. And the Indians take a 3-1 lead with 2 down here in the bottom of the second. And that'll bring up Kenny Lofton. Runner on first, nobody out. Or sorry, runner on first, 2 down, I'm sorry. 3-7. Base hit to center field. And Bird has a 0 arm. Barfield was not being held on, or he didn't say he was. So 15. Bump it up 2 with 2 outs. That makes him a 17. They're going to send him 1-17. And that's a 20, and he is out for the 3rd out of the inning. Unbelievable. So, wait a minute. 3-7 center field. So 8-5 on the throw, and that will retire the side. But the Indians do get 2 and lead 3-1. And that'll bring up Ramon Vasquez to lead off the bottom of the top of the 3rd. Catalanato and Kinsler to follow. To 4, draws a walk. First walk allowed by Carmona. They will not hold Vasquez on. And then I'll bring up Catalanato. 1-7. Ground ball to short. Peralta to Barfield for 1. The return throw not in time. And Catalanato will now be on first base. He will not be held on. Here's Ian Kinsler. 0 for 1 grounded out his first time up. 6, 8, and he draws a walk. So Carmona getting himself a little trouble. Second walk in the inning. First and second with 1 out. And here's Michael Young singled his first time up. 2-7. Oh, that's fly ball to center. And Sizemore tracks it down. That just missed being a walk. So here's Sammy Sosa, struck out his first time up. And 2-7, that's a fly ball to center. And in front of the warning track is Sizemore. That's a 1-3 double chance. And that's caught. So the Rangers strand 2. And we go to the bottom of the third. The Indians lead 3-1. And McCarthy will face Martinez, Hafner, and Garco here in the bottom of the third. And here's Victor Martinez. Walked his first time up, but was erased on a double play. 2-4 is a pop-up in foul territory. And the catcher, Laird, makes the play. 1 out. And here's Travis Hafner. 6-7 against the lefty. Second base X 14 will be in range for second baseman Kinsler, and he will make the play to retire Hafner. 2 down. And here's Ryan Garco, grounded out his first time up. 5-7, that's a 1-8 double chance, but an 11 means that the left fielder Catalanato will range back and make the play to retire the side. The Rangers finally hold the Indians scoreless, and through 3, it's the Indians 3 and the Rangers 1. And here's Marlon Byrd to lead off the top of the fourth, followed by Nelson Cruz and Brad Wilkerson. 5-5, and that's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So third strikeout, and go along with 2 walks for Carmona. Here's Nelson Cruz. Homered his first time up, responsible for the Rangers' only run. 6-4 is a third base X that's not in range for Casey Blake. He is an E17 and will need to get a 7-10 or a 12. And that's a 5, and Cruz reaches on an error. And here's Brad Wilkerson. Flew out his first time up. 2-6, and he's down on strikes. Second out of the inning. Here's Gerald Laird. That's the 4th strikeout for Carmona for the game. And here's Laird. Whoops. Laird grounded out his first time up. 6-8, and he draws a walk, so third walk for Carmona. All coming in the last 2 innings. That'll bring up Ramon Vasquez, who walked his first time up, but thankfully his walk did not cost the Indians. And this time, not a walk, that's a base hit. Scoring from second is Cruz. Going to third is Laird. And the Indians now lead is cut to 3-2. And back to the top of the order, Catalanato 0 for 2. 3-7. Oh, and all those hits in column 3, and he found the ground ball out. So that will take care of the Rangers here in the 4th. They do get a run, and now only trail 3-2. And do it for the Indians. Peralta, Nixon, and Blake. Peralta, 311. That's a base hit to right field, so just past the second baseman. And that'll bring up Trot Nixon. Nixon walked his first time up. And he scored on an error. And there's Nixon. Not holding on Peralta. 4-7, and he draws a walk. Wow, that's the third walk by McCarthy. And that'll bring up Casey Blake, who doubled his last time up. Two, 7. And unfortunately, that's a double on a 1, so that's a fly ball to center. And Marlon Byrd camps under it, 1 down. And here is Josh Barfield. No swing away. 6-11. Base hit to center field. And this is the kind of one you want to hit it to, maybe. Peralta not being held on makes him a 12. And 60% chance. Sizemore's been very good, so they'll put up the stop sign and leave them loaded for Grady Sizemore. Indians fans giving Joel Skinner not liking that decision to hold up Peralta, but he's not very fleet of foot. All right, here's Grady Sizemore, homered and sac fly in 2 appearances. 2-11. And he pops it up, foul territory, and that will retire Sizemore. 2 down. Here's Kenny Lofton, walked and singled in 2 appearances. And a 2-5. And just gets past the outstretched reach of the second baseman, Kinsler. A 1-17 single chance. That's a 17. So Peralta scores from third. And everybody else moves up 90 feet. And the Indians regain a 2-run lead at 4-2. And here's Victor Martinez. (6-4) Catcher X. Ooh, a 4. Laird is a 2. They might not get a pass ball on this. Oh, they will. Okay. So a 2 and a 4. See how well I can get this in here. Wild pitch and pop out. So ball gets by Laird. Scoring from third is Nixon. Everybody else moved up, and then after that, Martinez pops it up, and he likes making the catcher work, and that will retire the side. The Indians get 2 in that inning, and now lead 5-2. And looks like McCarthy's probably only going to go the next inning. Excuse me. I had to sneeze there. All right, Kinsler, Young, and Sosa due up for the Rangers here in the top of the 5th. And here's Kinsler, 0 for 1 with a walk. And a 5-9 shortstop X, and just out of range for Peralta. We needed a 13 on that. He is an E21. So 7 to 11 will make the play. And an 8 will do the job. Nice play by Peralta. Throws to first to get Kinsler. 1 down. Here's Michael Young, single and a flyout in 2 appearances. 3-8, ground ball back to the mound, and Carmona throws to first. 2 down. And here's Sammy Sosa. 3-6, and he's down on strikes. Second time for Sosa down on strikes, and that is strikeout number 5 for Carmona. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. The Indians lead 5-2. And this will probably definitely be, I wouldn't say probably definitely, that's a bad choice of words there. This will most likely be McCarthy's last inning of work here, as he's faced 18 batters in 4 innings. And I'll bring up Travis Hafner, 2 groundouts, 1 for a double play. For 3 right field X. Oh, not, well, is it 8 in range? No, just out of range. Cruz is an E10, which means he'll need an 8 to 11. And that's a 6, and he misplays it. He being Nelson Cruz. And on second with an error is Hafner. Yep. And here's Ryan Garco. Let's see here. The Rangers will get some bullpen action. Wes Littleton and Willie Ayer are loosening in the pen. Here's the pitch to Garco. 3-6, and he hit him. And I think that might be enough to pull McCarthy here. Yep, they will go with, let's see here. I'll go with Ayer to kind of bridge the gap a little bit. So McCarthy goes 4 innings and is responsible for the runners on first and second. And I'll bring up Johnny Peralta facing the right-handed pitching Ayer. 6-8, and he draws a walk. Bases loaded. For Trot Nixon. Nixon has walked twice himself today. 110. And against the righty, that's a ground ball back to them. Actually, that's no ground ball to first. The second for 1. The relay with with Ayer covering. That's a double play. Run was scored, though no RBI. 2 down, runner on third. And here's Casey Blake. Blake doubled and flew out in 2 appearances. Five, 8, and Blake goes down on strikes to retire the side. But the Indians do extend their lead to 6-2. And Carmona will face Bird, Cruz, and Wilkerson here in the 6th. See if he maybe can get through this part of the order unscathed. He's already gone, he's faced 22 batters, so he's probably getting a little on empty. Bird has struck out twice already today. 4-7, ground ball to short. Peralta throws the first one down. And here is Nelson Cruz. Homered and reached on an error and has scored 2 runs. And 1-5, and he goes down on strikes. 6 strikeouts for Carmona. 2 down, and here is Brad Wilkerson. He's also been a strikeout victim today. 4-4, fly ball to center. Sizemore will not be able to get that on a 12. He is an E2. So 3 or 11 will be the guaranteed errors. And a 10 will be a good play, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Indians lead 6-2. An error will stay out for his 2nd inning of work. Get a little bit more length out of him. Although Littleton is loosening in the pen, he'll probably be the next one to come in. All right, Barfield, Sizemore, and Lofton due up. 1-10, ground ball back to the mound. And Barfield is retired. 1 away. And here's Grady Sizemore. 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs today. And 3-6, and that's ripped over the right fielder's head. And into second with a double is Sizemore. So 2nd extra base hit for Sizemore today. And I'll bring up Kenny Lofton. For 8 against the lefty, that's ball 4, and Littleton might need to be ready ASAP. Here's Victor Martinez, walked and popped out to the catcher twice. 2-6, fly ball to center. And getting that is Bird. 2 down. Here's Travis Hafner. Reached on an error and scored his last time up. 6-4. 6-5 would have been, just got under it to center field. And Bird puts it away, and that will retire the side. And air is going to be pulled when the Indians bat in the 7th inning. So, through 6-2 Indians. And Fausto Carmona is going to come out for the 7th inning. Jensen Lewis is loosening in the pen. He's going to try to make it through. Here's Gerald Laird, walked and grounded out in 2 appearances. 5-10, shortstop X. That 20 is going to mean that Peralta will play the first. 1 down. Here's Ramon Vasquez, singled and a walked and drove in a run his last time up. 4-5 against the lefty, ground ball to second. Barfield throws to first, 2 down. Here's Frank Catalanato. For 8 against the lefty, base hit to center field. And I don't think they're going to mess around anymore. They'll bring in Jensen Lewis to try to finish off the top of the 7th as Carmona gets a nice hand going 6 2/3 innings. And leaves as the pitcher of record so far. All right, Lewis has finished his warm-up tosses, and Ian Kinsler is now batting. 1-3 is up, popped up to third. And Garco makes the play, and that will retire the side. Stretch time here at Jacobs Field. Indians lead 6-2. And Mr. Littleton will now come into the game. All right. Get him in the second reliever used by the Rangers today. He will face Garco, Peralta, and Nixon. Garco on the day grounded out, flown out, and was hit by a pitch. 6-9. And Garco rips one, and it gets over the center fielder Bird's head into second with a leadoff double as Garco. And that'll bring up Johnny Peralta, singled and walked in 3 appearances. 5-8, and he draws a walk. So second walk for Peralta. And that'll bring up Trot Nixon. Nixon's walked twice himself today. Six walk allowed by Rangers pitching. And here's the pitch to Nixon. 3-10. And that's a ground ball to short. And Young to Kinsler to Wilkerson. Double play. And I'll leave it up to Casey Blake to try to get Garco home from third. Blake doubled his first time up, but struck out and flew out in the other 2 appearances. And a 1-6, and he goes down on strikes. And Littleton retires the Indians here in the 7th with no damage. And Jensen Lewis will come out in the top of the 8th and will face Young, Sosa, and Bird. Edward Mujica is loosening in the pen. And here's a pitch to Michael Young. 3-5, and he's down on strikes. 1 down. Here's Sammy Sosa. 2-8, and he draws a walk. First time he's been on base today. And here is Marlon Bird. They will have Rafael. Time out for just a second. I have to check for previous pitcher usage. All right, Rafael Betancourt loosening in the pen. Runner on first after Sosa walked. With one out, and here's Marlon Bird. 2-8, popped him up to short. 2 down, and here's Nelson Cruz. And Joaquin Benoit is loosening for the Rangers. 3-7, ground ball to second, and Lewis retires the side here in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Indians lead 6-2. And Littleton will not come out for his second inning of work after allowing a double and a walk. So Joaquin Benoit will be asked to come out. Actually, yeah. So Benoit will come out. Pitcher number 3 for the Rangers tonight. And Benoit will face Barfield, Sizemore, and Lofton. Here's Barfield. 6-6. He's down on strikes. 1 down. Here's Grady Sizemore. 5-9. And he's down on strikes. So 2 up, 2 down. And I'll bring up Kenny Lofton. Lofton, 2 walks and 2 singles. 1-6, fly ball to left, and a 1-2-3 inning for the Indians here in the 8th. They'll go to the 9th, leading 6-2. And that will bring up Rafael Betancourt to try to close the game out. As Lewis pitched an inning and a third scoreless. And Betancourt will face bottom third of the order, Wilkerson, Laird, and Vasquez. Here's Brad Wilkerson. 5-11 against the lefty, popped out to second. Barfield puts it away, 1 down. And here's Gerald Laird. 3-6, swing and a miss, strike 3. And as we hear the electronic tunes of Europe's final countdown, 2 down here in the top of the 9th. Here's Ramon Vasquez. He is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. And a 2-8. Ground ball to second. Barfield fires to first. Ball game. And the Indians have snapped a 7-game losing streak, winning tonight's game 6-2. We'll be right back with the totals. All right. And here's the final line score. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Indians. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors for the Rangers. Sorry, that should be 1 error for the Indians. Blake did make an error, so sorry. It's be 6 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, because one of the errors led to one of the runs. So Carmona will get the win, and Carmona will go to 8-7. Yes, 8-7 on the year. He went 6 2/3 innings, allowing 1 earned run, 2 runs total. He was a little wild. He walked 3, but he struck out. He struck out 5. Find my totals. Jensen Lewis pitched an inning and a third to get to the 8th, and Betancourt a scoreless 9th. The Indians now moved to 47-59, while the Rangers moved to 45-61. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. If you've not already subscribed, hit the bell icon to be notified of any new videos. And whatever games you are playing, please enjoy them to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.